It is now time for our feature presentation. Spoiler warnings. Time for our final review of the night, the 2020 Deep Blue Sea 3.
Hey, all you Shark Week fans out there. Welcome back. It's our third summer here at Little Happy, an abandoned fishing village in the Mozambique Channel.
Sharks return here each year. Their home, like ours, is under attack from climate change.
Emma, what's wrong?
A half dozen people went missing about 100 miles up the Orange River. Turns out it was bull sharks.
So what do we do?
There is a bull in the field.
It's big.
Shark!
Brown, where are you?
There he is.
Those sharks have been altered, engineered. They're not sharks.
Climate change is making them highly aggressive towards everything.
Get out of the water!
It's all about survival, folks.
That was close.
Okay, Dwayne, we've done Deep Blue Sea 1, we've done Deep Blue Sea 2. We have reached the Deep Blue Sea 3, which I thought was going to be a shitstorm. A little better than I expected. What do you think?
No.
No?
I did not like this movie as much as number 2,
Okay.
which was not as good as number 1. So Deep Blue Sea is going down to the Marianas Trench for me.
For me, it almost reminds me of Jaws 3 and 4, where they were about maybe a little pretty close for me and 2 and 3. I actually like Deep Blue Sea 3 for the most part. Now, in this film, is kind of more of a sequel to Deep Blue Sea 2.
Yeah.
Because in the Deep Blue Sea 2, some of those sharks escaped. And Deep Blue Sea 3, we're kind of like finishing up that storyline. And we got a research group who also research sharks. They're on this small little island. Like, I think they said only 2 people live there other than themselves.
Looked like a trashy.
It did look like, it kind of looked like that island, the island in the Popeye movie, New Haven or New, whatever the hell they called it, but it kind of looked like that. It's like, so yeah, it's them, and then they got 2 random, I guess, villagers who live there with them that they've become friends with. You also have another scientist guy and another lady, Asian girl who works on the computers with them. And then her and that guy are kind of in a relationship, which I thought was really cute. I really liked them. And then you kind of have the guy who the main girl dives with. His name was Shaw. This big old black dude. He was pretty cool. And then another research crew comes there looking for her help. And it's her ex-boyfriend who's leading this group. And they kind of like tell her a little bit at a time. Like, he lies to her a lot about what they're really doing. What they're really doing is they're hunting the 3 sharks that escaped from Deep Blue Sea 2. And then they do this underwater excursion. And they're looking around and they see like 2 great whites that have been ate. And I thought that was pretty cool scene.
Yeah.
And then they see one of their buddies. He's like using this thing to fly around on, and you see that he's been bitten in half. And you're like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. And then like the more you go, you turn out the research crew, her boyfriend, is kind of like the bad guys. What do you think of all this movie, Dwayne?
Yeah, it's a good start off on what you're talking about there. The main character, the female shark person, where she was she a scientist or was she just like a shark?
I don't think she's a scientist. I think she's just like a shark expert.
Yeah. She's alright. I liked her as a main character.
She kept taking her shirt off every 5 seconds, though.
Yeah, I kind of was digging that for a little bit.
Like, she'd have her shirt on, and then, like, 5 seconds later, she'd take it off.
Yeah.
Then she'd have it back on again, and she'd take it right off.
Oh, yeah, jump in the water.
Yeah, and, like, in Deep Blue Sea, too, like, the main female lead, or, like, at one point, there's just, like, a random shower scene, and she had, like, her bathing suit on, I think, while she was in the shower, and it's just, like, 30 seconds of her showering, and then cut to the next scene, was like, did we need that, or was that just like extra, like, you know? And kind of like in this one too, I was like, I don't know. That's my thing. I was like, did we need all that? Now, to be fair, for the ladies out there, the Shaw guy who she swims with a lot is also taking his shirt off a lot. So it's kind of got where floats your boat. You're happy either way, I guess.
But like you said, the other team shows up and her ex-boyfriend, and he's actually an okay character. I kind of was like, hey, you know, I mean, not okay as in person. Like, he's got personality. Yeah. He's actually a character. He's not like a background, like, hey, I'm the ex-boyfriend, I'm the bad guy now, and the only time you see me, I'm doing something dastardly, you know. He's like, hey, you know, da-da-da-da-da-da, you know, and he's alright and stuff. His character's okay written and everything, you know, you kind of like him a little bit, but then you're like, oh, but he's a bad guy, you know? Yeah. So he's a little charming there, but, yeah, you said they're trying to go after the sharks that escaped in the first one. There was the 5 big sharks, and 2 of them got killed, so there's 3 left. One they're called Scarface, I think it was, because he had, not like Joker scars, but kind of like Joker scars where half his face was like cut up a little bit. They were calling like the main one Scarface, I believe.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's alright.
I kind of struggled on which one I like better between 2 and 3. I might lean a little more towards 3. I don't know why.
I do.
Well, I don't know. But then her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, his crew, his right-hand man slightly just gets a little more evil within each scene. And eventually at the end, he's just pure fucking pure evil. And there's like a scene where he's like, it looks like a Nerf gun, but it's like, I guess, a grenade launcher. And he's like blowing up half their...
So I was going to go on about that. I don't know what kind of weapon he had. Like you said, it looks like a gosh darn Nerf gun. Yeah. Yeah, it's blowing shit up. You see no backblast out of it. I don't know if it's sonic or it's compressed air or something. But it doesn't look like he's shooting anything. It just looks like he pulls the trigger and something blows up. You know, so far away. No backlash, no kick, no nothing. I'm like, what the fuck kind of weapon is that?
I don't think guns were in the budget.
There's a lot of stuff not in the budget. Looking at their research facility is a floating trash heap.
Yeah, it looked like he was awful at aim too. He was hitting mostly water for most of it, and he hit a couple stuff here and there. But like my favorite scene in the whole movie, right? The henchman guy gets eviler and eviler, and finally they're like getting to the point where he's like, okay, you're either with us or you're against us. And then so her ex-boyfriend's like, you know what? I'd rather die than join you. And he jumps off the ship and gets ate by a shark. I did not see that fucking shit coming. I loved it. That's probably why I liked it better than 2.
That's like the best scene of the whole damn movie.
Yes. And I thought, maybe he ain't dead. No, he fucking died. He died for real. And I was like, holy shit. That was fucking wild. And then these people decide they're going to kill all them and to kill the shark. So the plan is to blow this like reef up to kill the sharks. However, it destroyed the whole island, killing all of them with it. And so they decide to do that. The people distract sharks while the main character goes in, pulls off the bomb from the reef. And I thought was also a great scene is like she comes back up and Shaw's like, did you deactivate it? And she's just sitting there, and then the bad guy's like, oh hey bitch, toodaloo, I'm gonna blow your ass up. And I was like, oh hell, here it comes. And he activates the bomb, and she stuck the bomb to the bottom of the ship, and that fucker sinks immediately. I don't think the ship sank that fast.
No, I was gonna say about that.
And that ship, like, boom, it went down quick. And that was fun. And then they end up coming back and trying to kill the rest of them. So then he gets in a fist fight with the main character, and he beats the holy shit out of her. But she's able to finally kill him and stab him because the dumbass puts his knife down. It's like any action film where they set the bad guy sets a knife down somewhere. It always comes back to bite him, don't it? Has that ever worked well for him?
I don't know about biting him, but at least stabbing him.
That's what. Yeah. Well, yeah. Stab him back, and he set the knife down like a dumbass. He should have just stabbed her to death, but he set the knife down. And there's another scene too where he could have killed the Shaw guy. And he's like, I want to fight him, and barely kind of squeezes a win in, and I don't know, I wouldn't even call it a win. He had Shaw down for a second, and he went to his henchman, like, you finish him, I'm going to go. And Shaw quickly kills that guy. But they killed the main bad guy. At least here, like, instead of like Meg 2, at least he was there. They had a good conclusion for him. And then the Shaw guy goes out to the middle of the water, and I don't know exactly what he does, but he like stabs the two of the sharks, blowing them up. What happened with that?
They had like little detonators in those needle things, so that way if they push needles into the skin and push the button to detonate them, they could kill the sharks. I think they had them like on spears. They're trying to use it to spear them, but he just went in and jumped in the water and blew himself up.
Sacrificed himself to kill
two of the sharks. Yeah.
And then one of the best parts of the movie, and I thought, was the last shark. The girl went into this like garbage dumpster, and the shark went in with her, and she was able to like lock herself into this one part that's kind of like closed off a little bit. The shark came in through most of it and was like booming, trying to get in, and then she's trying to like press the compactor to squeeze the trash thing to kill it, but like she's having difficulty reaching it. And so it was a really intense, great scene. I thought, I was like, oh man, this is actually pretty cool. And I was like, it came close to her getting killed in there too. But she ended up squeezing and crushing the shark to death. I thought that was a really fucking cool shark kill. Probably my favorite shark kill of all the movies we watched tonight.
That was the saddest part of that whole movie.
It's the shark died?
Yeah, she killed Scarface.
Yeah. I thought that was a great kill. And then you have that couple I was talking about. I really, kind of like a Deep Blue Sea 2. There was the couple I really liked. I also liked the couple in this movie. It was this two of her scientists. And such a cute couple, and like, you're like, oh man, I really want them to be together. And of course, right when he finally confesses his love for her, boom, a shark comes up, eats him, and then she hides in a little dresser. And then at the end, they kind of find her, and then her main character, our scientist, and one of the villager lady, they kind of roll off in a boat. Girl power at the end of the movie. All the dudes died. So that's the real tragedy of this movie.
You know where dudes look at?
Oh no. Anyway, Dwayne, what's your final thoughts and grade for Deep Blue Sea 3?
Nosedive from 2 to 3.
Really?
1, 2, 3. It's not that bad. I mean, it's not good. I don't think. It's okay. Let me try that again. It's good, but it's not really good. It's like gonna be like a 6 for me.
Ooh.
I watched it. I really wasn't invested in most of the characters. The main character because she's the main character. She's a lot nicer than the main character in the second movie. So I liked her.
She was better.
Yeah.
I liked her better.
The one guy, the one that you said, was it Shaw? Was her friend? I liked Shaw, and I actually liked when you talked about him having to fight with the main bad character and stuff. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. You know, I really liked the part where they're trying to continue the story from 2 with the bull sharks and everything. The only thing they didn't do is they didn't have the baby sharks at all in this one, I don't think.
I guess they blew up. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. They got 8 or something, or they got bigger, whatever. But that was the main thing of the second one, was the baby sharks were doing a lot of the kills. This one didn't have the baby sharks at all.
I think it was kind of unique to Deep Blue Sea too to have the baby sharks. So maybe that
was
can work
good.
out. I do like how they just straight up referenced 1. I don't think Deep Blue Sea 2 referenced it as much, but 3 like straight up like, hey, this happened in this year, and this guy, the guy from 2, got that knowledge, got the research, and you know, I really like how it tied all
they're trying to get
together.
them to connect to each other.
I like that.
Yeah, I really did enjoy that kill that you were talking about, where the guy was like, "I'm not joining y'all. I'm getting the hell out of here and go back to other people." Adios. I jump into the water, and he jumps and shark jumps out of the water and gets him. It's like that the end of Undercover Brother, the first one, where the guy jumps out. Let's go. He falls out of the helicopter after he gets stabbed in the ass. He falls, and the shark comes out of the water and gets him and everything.
I watched that movie like 100 times when I was growing up. I was thinking forever.
Oh, I love Undercover Brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, that scene was probably the best scene in that movie. I felt bad they killed Scarface at the end.
I thought that was pretty cool too.
That was a good kill. It really was, but I was sad he died. So.
Okay. Well, anything else?
Nah, that's about it for me on that one.
Here are my pros and cons for Deep Blue Sea 3. My pros. I like the main actress. I like the main character better in this one than I did part 2. Has some great kills. The sharks and the people had all great kills, I thought, in my opinion. It's good fighting scenes, and I cared about most of the characters. My cons. The main bad guy had some weird Nerf gun thing. The story could have been a tad bit better. Some of the character decisions didn't make a whole lot of sense, in my opinion. Alright, guys. I'm going to give Deep Blue Sea 3. I'm going to give it... Well, I'm teeter-tottering, Dwayne. Between 6 and 7.
Oh, I thought you said 3.
Tasia, 6, 7. Which one?
7.
7? Alright, Deep Blue Sea is getting us. Deep Blue Sea 3 is getting a 7 out of 10.